Nicely done. That was super smooth. So my car was faster and smarter than the human driver. Didn't see that coming. Beautiful. Nice. This is nice and early. This is what it should be doing. Hey guys, John here. All right, we're doing another test here. We're going to see if it can take us to the grocery store all the way with zero interventions. We're going to see if full self-driving beta version 10.3.1 can do this little task. A lot of people are getting 10.4 right now. I have not received it, so looking forward to that. Hopefully later today. I've been obsessively checking probably every half hour looking for that update. So here we are coming up to a red light, and it's going to take a right, and then we're going to take another right on this tricky intersection that it continually gets wrong. It's a path that I have to go almost every single day to take a right off of Gulf onto Higgins Road. So we're going to see here if it can do it today. All right, here comes the intersection. We're going to see, okay, so this car is turning right into the gas station, and it should make a quick right. Come on, you can do this. Come on, I know you can. Okay, there it is. Ooh, it's the same thing that it did before. I had to take over there. It was a little bit too haphazard for me on that. So most of the time it does not successfully make it through there. So I'm really looking forward to the day when I can have a zero intervention drive to take me from point A to point B. I could, of course, have that happen through a very simple path. You know, I could basically tell it to go to my neighbor's house, and it would probably go there just fine. But for regular errands or the commute to and from work, there's never been a perfect drive. So I'm waiting for that, and I think we're really close. I think we're going to get there pretty quickly, depending on the route. So I hope to have at least one of those routes documented with a perfect drive in the near future. Right now, a lot of quirkiness. So if I'm testing late at night, for example, and there's no cars around, I'm sure that it could probably pull it off, but it would do a lot of stupid things. So you do have to be ready to take over at a moment's notice, obviously. All right, so it just went left there. That was nicely done. So it's allowing the vehicle to go past the slower moving traffic in the right lane. It says apply slight force to the steering wheel. Beautiful fall day here. Really nice with the leaves. This is one of my favorite times of the year. This is a little bit of an Indian summer. Today it is 64 degrees. It's very unusual for November 7th. I think it's the 7th today. All right, so this is an interesting one with all the leaves kind of falling. There was no phantom braking or anything during that, and ooh, very nice. It gets into the far left lane very quickly. Nicely done. That was super smooth. That was unusual. That was very, very, very well done. So it's in the left turn lane here. We are eventually going to have to go right, so it's going to have to change lanes, but we've got quite a bit of distance to do that, so this is a very, very good lane to be in. So overall, I've been using this software now for about 15 days, 14 days actually today. Starting today is the 14th day of testing, and there are times where it is super impressive, where it just blows my mind, and then there are other times when it misses the mark completely and really discourages me. So it's kind of, it balances itself out, I would say, overall. It's definitely not full self-driving, but it's interesting to play and test with. I shouldn't say play. I take this very seriously, always looking at the road and all the vehicles around me. And that's the number one thing, is to make sure that you're not annoying other drivers because you definitely don't want to be a nuisance, and you don't want to create any unusual situations that are created by you, the driver, and not the software. All right, so taking off there, these lines look like they're freshly painted. A little bit of, ooh, that was nice. Yeah, it actually went through very smoothly there. There were no jerky movements. There were some extra lines in the road, and I wasn't sure if it was going to see those and interpret them as maybe another direction, but it did not. It went right through there. Very, very clean. So in 1 mile, we are going to be turning right, and we're going to be turning right in a very, very tight space. So it's a very small entrance to this supermarket that we're heading to here. And when the car gets into the right lane, it's going to have to get all the way over to the far right lane. And in the past, I've observed that it will turn lanes too late. So we're going to see if it does that again here. This time, changing lanes to follow route. Very good. This is early enough. We're in the middle lane. We do need to get one over, but we've got quite a ways to go here. 0.8 miles, 0.7 miles to go. Oh, here we go. Changing lane to follow route. Beautiful. Nice. This is nice and early. This is what it should be doing. All right, and taking off here at the green arrow light, going forward. And we're going to go through this underpass, and then through 2 lights, and then a sharp right turn. So we're going to see how it does this here. So here's the first light we're going to go through. It's keeping a good distance, no unusual movements. I am not doing anything other than keeping my left thumb on the steering wheel, just ever so slightly to give it a little bit of feedback. Here's the second intersection, the second light. Now it's going to be a very hard right. It is hard to do this as a human driver without hitting the curb. So I'm going to be ready to take over here. It's a very, very sharp turn. Okay, and it did not do it. I had to take over there. So I am not surprised. It was not going to make that turn. It tried, but no dice. So I'm manually driving right now. It will not go find a parking spot today. And it also will not get out of a parking spot unless you're backed into it. In that case, it can go forward, but right now, full self-driving beta, from everything I've experienced in the past 2 weeks, will not go in reverse on its own. You have to get it pointed to where you want it to go first. All right, so we've got all the groceries in the trunk, and now we're going to put it to the next test. We're going to see if it can take us from the supermarket all the way to Portillo's, which is a famous restaurant here in the Midwest, especially the Chicago area. Portillo's just went public. They had their IPO last month, so hopefully they're going to grow from here. Fantastic restaurant, unbelievable drive-through, best food ever. We're going to stop by there right now. We're going to see if the car can take us into the drive-through. I'm very skeptical, but we're going to see if it can do it. So we're going to put it to the test here. First things first, you cannot just dial in a destination and have it go. You do need to back up, but you can prep the destination. So I'm going to go ahead and dial in Portillo's. So once I type it in, here I find the restaurant 1.3 miles away. I select it, it's calculating the route, and it will find the best path. And now it immediately goes into its mode of, okay, let's go there. However, it will not do anything. So if I put it into reverse, same thing. I'm not seeing a little driving the little steering wheel stalk on the screen. So what that means is that I cannot turn on the full self-driving beta software. I need to be in drive for that icon to show up. I'm assuming in the future it will be able to reverse out of parking spaces, but today it cannot. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and back up and get it pointed in the right direction. And then we're going to see if it can get us out of this parking lot. We're going to see if it can get us all the way from the supermarket to Portillo's with 0 interventions. So I'm going to start it out here. We're going to point it going the right way. And the steering wheel icon has turned on. And we are all set to go. So I'll go ahead and double tap down and see where it takes us. Okay, taking a left turn. Quite surprisingly there. Didn't see that coming. And it would have hit that car. That was something I needed to definitely take over on. So, not sure why it was heading straight into that car, but we'll go ahead and get this turned going this way, and we'll try it again. I'm going to report that. Okay, so contending here with another car. They're going to go around me. So it is trying to go. I know where it's trying to go. It's going to be a tricky exit, I think, for the car to make. This is a cross path here. So it's slowing down for caution. Some pedestrians coming up here. And it's really taking its time. Okay, very good. Okay, and slowing down for this pedestrian. Now the car went forward. See, now that shouldn't have happened. I nodded to that gentleman to let him know that he can cross, but then the car started moving. Okay, going left here. Okay, so it came out another way. I thought it was going to go another path, which is actually a much harder path. Here it's awfully close to this curb. And I'm letting it do it, but it's really close to this curb. Okay, they're exiting. Okay, very good. And changing lanes to follow route. Nice, nice. Okay, we are in the middle lane and situated to go straight here. So with the exception of that one disengagement in the parking lot, which parking lots are not finished, certainly less finished than these local streets, I should say. So I will give it a pass on that start. Once I double tapped it down in a better area, it was able to get out of the parking lot and get to where I am now with zero intervention. So we're going to see if we can keep that going here. Okay, so I did not do anything there, and there was actually a car to my right that missed the green light. So someone behind them had honked. So my car was faster and smarter than the human driver next to me. So that's nice to know, I guess. Nobody honked at me. Okay, someone's coming up really fast behind me, but they're going to be blocked in because they're going way above the speed limit, and even if they go on the left. So now it's changing lanes to follow route. Okay, good thing the person behind me is not a rude fast driver. They let me slide into that space because I do need to turn left here. Okay, so right up here, it should be getting in the left turn lane. See if it does it. Nicely done. Quick, that was quick. Needed to be quick, otherwise it would have missed that for sure. Okay, slowing down. This is the same intersection I went through before. It's a real tricky one. We're going to see how it does. This is the same 10.3.1. Okay, no other traffic coming my way, so that was well done. Very well done. No pauses, no jerky movements. Nice and smooth through the intersection there. Okay, so on the map you're going to see it has this really interesting path it's coming into the parking lot with. So it's going to be really cool to see how it does this move. It has to turn right, turn left again, and then left again. So we're going to see here how it does this. Okay, changing lanes to follow route. That's exactly what it needs to do. Okay, it needs to get in the right lane. Nicely done. Okay, slowing down. Turning right here. Nice. Now it needs to get in the left really quickly. There's no cars behind me. So it's kind of sliding in there nice and slow. If someone was behind me, that would have really annoyed them. Okay, and coming in here and turning left. And it's actually going to try, it looks like it's going to try to go left. Actually, it's going around on this other side street. So let's see where it's taking me here. Okay. Through here. actually, that's perfect because the drive-through is over on this left side. So nice. Okay, avoiding the curb. And we are here. Okay, so now should say navigate on autopilot. Not sure what that message was, but here we have arrived. So I would call that a very successful drive. I'm going to disengage now so I can go through the drive-through. Yes, that's it. That's it. Thank you. All right, so we are exiting this parking lot and we're going to see if it can take us all the way home without any intervention. Okay, getting back on the main road really well. And we're off, so it's a straight shot from here. All right, so it's changing lanes into a faster lane and going way over to the right and then going back into the left. Looked like a little anti-vaccination rally there. So partly ran through some roadkill there, just a tiny bit. I thought it would swerve, but caught the edge of it. That was definitely a skunk. All right, changing lanes to follow route. It's very good, so it's getting over much earlier this time. Needs to stay in this lane, and it's got a couple more lights before it needs to be in the far left lane here. One of the neat things that Full Self-Driving Beta will do, and Autopilot would also do this, is it will creep forward at a light. So you can see this car just went ahead a little bit, so my car is now closing the gap. That, to me, when I first experienced it, was a really unusual feeling of, oh my gosh, it has a brain. It really feels intelligent when it does stuff like that. And then sometimes it will stay, the gap will be a constant distance, but the light will turn green, and then it will motion to move forward just a little bit to close that gap, indicating that you're ready to go. That is also really neat to experience. Okay, so small slight braking there. Okay, this person's getting in front of me. Car handled that just fine. And we're gonna have to get in the left lane here pretty soon. Right after this light is when we should be getting in the left lane. So it says upcoming lane change, tap to cancel. It's slowing down just ever so slightly here to get to the left. Okay, beautiful. There's a nice gap. It's ready to go. It's a bit timid. Should have more aggressively turned into the left lane there. So it's going 40 miles an hour. I'm going to bump it up just a little bit, and it's slowing down because of the car there turning left. That was nice. That was very cautious. So now coming up here, it needs to get in the left lane. Very nice. Well done. Today, no problems. And here it's a green arrow. Let's see if it goes quickly enough. Yes. Nicely done there. Very, very nice. Every time it comes really close to this curb, it always scares me a bit. But that route was very well. I mean, getting out of the parking lot was the only intervention I had. Everything else was fully automatic. Didn't have to intervene. There was that weird part where it swerved all the way into the far right lane and then came back out. I let it do what it was doing. Thankfully, nobody was behind me. Those situations scare the crap out of me. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.